In this video, I want to expand a little further on the video that I posted yesterday, pretty much going over building rapport with people, how I don't have a marketing strategy for my business. If you want to watch that before you watch this, I will link it somewhere around here. And in this video, I specifically want to dive a little deeper into the professional brand side of it and kind of what my thought process is. Now, this is coming from a female entrepreneur. This is my first actual business, legitimate business that I started. Right now, we're just shy of $200,000 a year in revenue, mainly with residential poop scooping. I do have one commercial poop scooping account, which we do pet waste stations, and then I do have one commercial snow account that we take care of in the winter. So that kind of makes up just shy of the $200,000 in revenue. So that's where I'm at in business, and this is where my mindset is. When I started this business, I wasn't really thinking about the future. I really wasn't thinking about would you want to start another business later on? Those type of thoughts really weren't going through my head. I just knew that I wanted to start this business and figure it out. And now that I've been in business, I've gone through things, I've experienced the ups, the downs, the all overs. I've cried, I've laughed, I've cried, laughed. I've done all the things. I do know that I enjoy building up the business and learning the new things. And so now with the confidence and the education that I've learned, I know now that I'm eventually going to want to start another business. Do I know what business that is right now? No, I don't. But I will be starting another business. And this is why I think personal brand is so important, because let's say, for instance, I decide I don't want to do poop scooping anymore. Say, for instance, I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to move on to the next phase of my life and I want to sell this business. And yes, pooper scooper businesses can be sold if you do it right, you set things up, you have things well organized, you're showing that you're making a profit. You can find somebody that will purchase your business. I haven't sold mine, but I've heard stories of people that have sold their businesses and they've made money. But say, for instance, I sell that business, right? What do I have after I sell that business? I have some money, but if I haven't built up my personal brand, what do I have? So I think it's really important to work on that personal brand while you're working on your business, because when I go to start another business, I've had interactions with customers. I've had interactions with people that aren't customers, contractors, just people in my everyday life. So when I go to start another business, they see that, Crouppin's Poopin' Scoopin' went really well. Now she's starting this new endeavor. We would like to support her, right? They're not just supporting Crouppin's Poopin' Scoopin', they're supporting Erica Crouppin as a person. And which I touched on a little bit in that previous video, was people like to do business with people they like and trust. So if so-and-so likes me and I go to start another business, they'll be like, oh yeah, she did really good with Crouppin's Poopin' Scoopin'. She seems like really good people. Let's invest, or let's share the post. Let's tell other people about the business. And so that's that word of mouth that I'm kind of talking about. And honestly, word of mouth has been very big for my business. I'll give you an example. I do a lot of posting on social media. That is really how my business kind of blew up the way that it did. I posted a picture, a before and after picture. I'll include it hopefully over here, picture in picture. I posted that picture in several buy, sell, trade groups. Now, where did I get that picture from? I had reached out to another pooper scooper. Her and I went back and forth. We were chatting. We became friends. She had a before and after picture. I asked her if I could borrow that picture and I posted it. Say, for instance, I reached out to that girl and she's like, I don't like her. She would have never have talked to me. She would have never gave me the advice that she had given me. She's been in business before there was even cell phones. She's old school, OG, very simple, very basic, spend basically no money at all. She's the person, because she is so tight. But I am a little bit different. I like to have the systems. I like to have all the things. I don't like pen and paper. I don't want to have to write stuff down and look at notebooks. It is not for me. I'm not organized, you guys. If you guys think that I'm organized, I have fooled you with my trickery. I am not super organized, but I have systems in place that help me stay organized.
But oh my gosh, I just got completely off topic. Where was I at? What was I talking about? Woo! I gotta quit making these videos and I feel so squirrely because I'm all over the place. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, basically building rapport. Yeah, so if she wouldn't have liked me and if she wouldn't have talked to me when I asked if I could use her picture, she might have told me no. Or if I would have just been a slimy sleazeball, I could have just like stole the picture off of her social media, right? She's all the way in Canada. How the hell is she gonna know what I'm posting on my social media? I could have just went and posted in all the buy sell trade groups. She would have never have known, but I had integrity and I had respect for her and her business. So I reached out. She said yes. I posted it. Holy crap. Kickstarted my business. Very excited. And then I did what I needed to do to build up the business. I followed through with what I said I was going to do. If there was an issue, I corrected it. I listened to my customers. I was understanding. I started at the bottom with low prices and worked my way up. And that's another thing that is really important. As you start in business, you're not going to know everything. There's no way. If you're new to something, there's no way you can know everything. So if you think you need to know everything to get into business, you don't. You need to know just enough and figure it out. But once you learn, if you learn your prices are too low, or you learn that this doesn't work for certain customers, or you learn that you don't like this type of customer, or you learn that you don't like this type of yard, or you're looking at your numbers and you're like, this really isn't profitable. This is a pain point in my business. If you aren't taking the steps to make those changes in your business, business is going to be extremely difficult for you. And change, it can be extremely difficult. And sometimes you just have to push through it. And the reason why it has to happen is because making the changes and doing the things that allow you to run your business better allows you to be better to your customers, provide a better experience. And when you provide a better experience for the people, people notice and people appreciate it, especially in this day and age where customer service, it's questionable. It's questionable these days. So if you can really focus on that, your customers will rave about you. They'll tell their friends. They'll be in the buy sell trade groups on Facebook or on Instagram, promoting your business, tagging you, your personal page and your business page. I mean, there's times where I will check my Facebook or I'll check my personal page and I will have like 10, 15 tags from people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. And people have actually reached out to me without me actually having to do anything extra. Like I've already done the front work. I've already made a good impression on these people. So therefore, they're like advocating and networking for us. And I would have much rather spent the time doing that than sitting in my office or sitting somewhere creating stagnant memes or Facebook content. Like, yes, I do that stuff. Yes, I have, but I'm not good at it. The moment that I can hire somebody and have them on staff to take care of social media and plan the stuff and put this together and be like, Erica, I need for you to make this video. Erica, I need you to take this picture because I have this content. I'm going to do it. The moment I can afford to have somebody on staff to do that, believe you me, I'm doing it because I don't like it. I tried to do it in the beginning because it's what I had to do. Because you do what you got to do for your business, okay? But I don't like it. So I have 1 or 2 ads that I run right now, and it's like a picture of a dog with big bold texts that says, "Does your dog poop?" with my logo slapped on it, and that's what I run as an ad. That's it. It's so simple. It's so simple, and it works, and it's what's been good for me. Because I'd much rather be out talking to people or be out creating a good customer experience or talking to a customer, making sure that everything is okay with them and make sure everything's good with what is going on with the business than doing the other stuff that I'm actually not good at. And it took me a while to realize that. And I think being a business owner and growing as a business owner and just growing as a person in general, really realizing who you are and reflecting on what you're good at and what your weaknesses are and really double down on what you're good at takes a lot of mental maturity, emotional maturity to understand it and make the changes. Will I come up with a marketing strategy in the future? Yes. Is it going to be difficult? Yes. Will I get it figured out? Probably not by myself. I'm at the point now where I am going to be reaching out to folks, and I'm going to try to get this figured out. I would prefer to have somebody on my team. I don't want to outsource it to somebody like overseas or somebody I don't know. I want to start really building the team. And we're at the point now where I really think that that is going to happen, because I've realized a lot of the things that I've done from when I started to now won't get me to where I want to go next, because I did a lot of the stuff by myself on my own, except for the scooping. You know, I've had head team scooping, but when it comes to office work, now it's going to be delegating and trusting that the work that I hand off to, you know, the person is going to be done the way that I want it, with a vision. And entrusting that they will have their own viewpoints and might see things a little bit differently than me. And we have those conversations and we make things better as the years go on and as we grow in this business. So I'm excited. I'm super excited for it. I'm nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have like other people all up in my business, knowing what goes on behind the scenes. It's very intimate. But it's the new phase. It's what needs to happen to keep expanding, because to be quite honest, at the point I am in business right now, I can't do it anymore all by myself. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm physically exhausted. There's things that I want to do. I want to spend time with my family. I like to work out. I like to go out and do stuff. And I don't want to just be like a slave to my business. And if I keep just trying to do it all by myself, I feel like things are going to start falling apart. And that is not what I want, because I've worked way, way too hard to build up the personal brand and the professional brand that I have. So it is time to have more people involved. And it's time in business to start growing, to start making some changes. And for a while, I wasn't okay with that. For a while, I was nervous. For a while, I was thinking like, I don't want to burden other people. But I've come to realize that people want to help. They want to be a part of this. They do. They want to be a part of what I'm doing. They enjoy being around me. They enjoy the business. They believe in what we're doing here. And how dare I not give people the opportunity to be a part of a good thing that's being built here? And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm a pretty good boss. I don't know. I'm sure, you know, there's always somebody out there that's not going to like me, but I think that I'm a pretty good boss. And for a while there, I'd be like, oh, I don't really know if I'm a good boss. I don't know. Are people going to like what I'm doing? Am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? I don't know. Because I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing right now, you guys. Have you ever thought to yourself, like, I know what I'm doing, but I really don't know what I'm doing, but I actually do know what I'm doing? Like, if you can relate, please, for the love of God, drop that down in the comments. Drop it down in the comments if you're like, what am I doing? I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And I'm doing it well. And that's the key point. Are you doing it well?